Welcome back to this Toronto Blue Jays career sim. I am JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter. You can follow me there, and you're watching General Manager Games. You can follow us and subscribe and whatever it is, like, subscribe, favorite, whatever, on YouTube. We've had a little bit of a glitch, but welcome to the vlog. A little bit of a glitch. We simmed one game already, and that was the beautiful loss against the Boston Red Sox here, 4-1. Anthony Kay was on the mound. He had a decent start. He only went 4 2/3, and I was kind of wondering why he came out so early. 4 2/3 innings. There's no injury reported here in the game notes, and no rain delay. But he did give up 2 home runs, but one of those runs, only one of those 3 runs, was earned. Shun Yamaguchi with a run allowed. Danny Jimenez, a really nice outing there, 2 1/3, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, and Zach Eflin finished it off. Offensively, we did get a home run from JD Martinez, and that was the only run we scored in the game. Lucroy, Biggio, Guerrero, and Bichette with hits. And Biggio, Lucroy, and Bichette also added a walk. So decent game for those 3. And even Martinez to some degree. I mean, he's still pretty pathetic and costing us a fortune, but at least he's actually down a little bit from last year. He's down about 16 points in OPS, but also 8% in his OPS plus. So and his home run totals, I mean, he's got 102 games last year with Boston. He had 22 home runs. He has 106 games with Toronto this year. He's hit 13 home runs. So, I mean, the power production is just way, way down for JD Martinez. And I think he still has another year on his contract. Yeah, he does. I mean, Boston's paying 10% of that, but it's still, like $17 million coming out of our pocket. All right, so here's game 2. We've got Matthew Boyd, who has been a big bust for us, and Matt Hall of the Red Sox. And it's a win. We have a personal message. That's our player development update. And we have a message saying that our rosters expand to 28. So our player development update, we've got some improvement of stamina, but dropping of current and potential control on Anthony Banda, who we just picked up on waivers. And Travis Shaw, it boosts his I rating to 60, and his speed decreases, which is common. We have an improvement of stuff here for Simeon Woods-Richardson, but overall rating goes down a little bit. Again, that's fine. He's only 20 years old. Amir Garrett loses a half a star. Current and potential stuff ratings both drop. Kevin Smith, his I improves, but his overall potential drops. Elvis Luciano, current and potential movement rating drop, and stuff rating improves. Reggie Pruitt, we've got an improved contact rating, but declining defensive rating, and overall improvement. Antonio Saldana, we have some decline from Saldana, but his overall rating does improve. That's kind of weird how that works. Eric Pardinho, we've got some stuff and movement improvement. Christopher Beck has some big improvements across the board here. 5 points, all in potential life, current power, potential power, and current contact. Spencer Horwitz also loses some speed, but improves pretty much everywhere else. Otto Lopez improves a little bit. We lose some eye on potential for Leonardo Jimenez. Eric Rivera gets some improvements. Orelvis Martinez gets some improvements. So does Francisco Ruiz. Has a potential of 2 stars. Overall rating for Orelvis Martinez improves to 2 stars. Grant Richardson, he gets some improvement in contact. Hagen Smith, a lot of potential and even current control. I mean, Hagen Smith, he was one of our draft picks this year. He was a first-round pick, actually. So we've got, our first-round pick who signed for $3.64 million. He's now being downgraded to a 2-star pitcher, which is pretty disappointing. He's off to a very poor start, and his control is pretty awful. Now, that could be, the downgrade could be mostly due to just our scout getting a better view of him, as opposed to him being, having worse potential just in general, especially for newly drafted guys or newly signed guys. big decreases here could be more indicative of just a reassessment by the scout. So we have some decline from Brian Mejia, improvements for Drew Dowd. Movement rating improves, velocity improves, and potential rating for Drew Dowd improves. So that's good to see. Joseph Califat, potential eye rating drops a little bit, and potential rating drops a little bit. Drake Varnado gets some boosts, both in current power and eye, and potential eye, and current defensive rating and potential rating overall improves. Jose Villegas, he is our big money guy for the international free agent market this year. He has some improvements, excellent potential, but he's still 16. He's having a really rough first overall season. And Robbie Ashford, current power rating improves, and overall and potential rating improve. He's having a very solid season this year. He's been moved up to Bluefield and is doing pretty well. Cole Wagner, Alfredo Chacon, potential power rating improves. And it is always great to see when you've got guys who are good prospects to see potential ratings improve. And that means either the scouts are reassessing or they've unlocked something. So Cole Wagner gets some improvement, but his potential rating drops to 0.5 stars as a relief pitcher. So just keep that in mind. He's a two-way player, hitting pretty well, but pitching not so much. Although not bad. I mean, 10 walks. So, I mean, if we look at his ratings and we see his potential 40, 40, 40, I'm definitely going to move him to a full-time hitting role if I haven't done that already. Set game strategy. Yeah, I've already done that. So, and Caden Grice is injured. He's been having a good year. All right, so we're going to take a look at the box score. We did win 9-4. We had a big 5-run 7th inning with Yusniel Diaz hitting a grand slam. In addition to Diaz's grand slam, we had a home run from Kevin Biggio and Randall Grichuk. Biggio was 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. Really nice game. Everybody got a hit except for Bichette. And Luis Garcia drove home a run with that bottom of the 7th run scoring single. Matt Boyd, not the best start. 5 walks in 5 innings is pretty awful, so he's not going to be back next year. But Anthony Banda made his, I think that's his Blue Jays debut. No, it wasn't, but he has been pretty good. Wade Davis and Tim Meza finishing things off for the Jays. It wasn't a save situation, so that's probably why you don't see Ken Giles in that situation. Former Blue Jay Harold Ramirez is now on the waiver wire. There he is. He's actually, I mean, the walk rate and on-base percentage are pretty bad, so I'm not going to pick him up. But, all right. Spencer Turnbull faces Nate Iavaldi, and it's a big-time loss, 14-5. Spencer Turnbull wasn't the worst guy out there, but he did give up 4 home runs. That is pretty awful. Shun Yamaguchi gave up 3 runs in 2/3, and Danny Jimenez gave up 6 runs in 1/3 of an inning. That's just an ERA buster right there. Curtis Taylor with a solid outing, Zach Eflin, and Ken Giles, I guess because we didn't have anybody left. Alex Verdugo hit 3 home runs, including 2 off Turnbull and 1 off Eflin. For the Jays, Vladdy Guerrero had a couple of hits. Kevin Biggio, his 2nd home run in as many games. Billy McKinney with his 21st of the year. Luis Garcia was 1 for 1 and a pinch hit roll. Danny Jansen 1 for 4 with a double. Garcia hit a double as well. Espinal also Grichuk with hits. JD Martinez with 3 walks. Oh, JD. Okay, so we've got Hyunjin Ryu on the mound, but we have a day off, so we're going to get through here. Now, I actually do, because, I totally missed it. I do want to call up another pitcher from Buffalo. Julian Merriweather has been really good in Buffalo, and I'm thinking that I mean, I can call up 2 pitchers, and I'm thinking Merriweather and Paul Campbell. So that's my thought, but I can also call up a position player. I'm going to have to add Alejandro Kirk to the 40-man. I believe he is eligible for the Rule 5. Oh, he's protected. He's on the 40-man already. I'm going to leave Alejandro Kirk here, Patrick Cantwell, Riley Adams. But I'm just trying to see if there's anyone here. Forrest Wall I could bring up. I'm going to bring up Forrest Wall. And I'm going to bring up... So the choice is really Merriweather or Campbell. I'm going to bring up Campbell. And we'll do that. And I just want to take a look at the schedule, see how much. They've got only a few days left, and they're not making the playoffs. So I'm not really worried about the Buffalo Bisons, losing a playoff spot or anything like that. And so Paul Campbell, he's going to, you know what? I'm going to put him in the rotation instead of Matt Boyd, because instead of Spencer Turnbull. There's no good options. I mean, we've got nobody really. I'm just going to take a look at my injured list. So I still got Pearson on the DL, on the IL, Baraki, Dolis. Both of them are gone for the season, Baraki and Dolis. It's... I'm just, my starting rotation is just kind of running on fumes. I don't want to move Eflin. He's been doing much better as a reliever than as a starter. But, we have no starters. I mean, I've already released Tanner Roark. Yamaguchi, I've discovered, has pitched better as a reliever than a starter. And so Boyd being bad, Campbell being bad, Turnbull being bad, but Pearson on the injured list is just, it's just really, really rough. And I have very little happening here. So, okay. And I'm going to bring Forrest Wall. How's he in defensively? He's not great. He'd rather play left field. So I'm going to just leave things. I'm just going to see what the... Okay, so they're leaving the starting lineup the way it is. Forrest Wall being the backup. And I think in spring training, I'm going to play Forrest Wall in center field. Hopefully that can improve. He's got decent range. Yusniel Diaz has better rating in center field, better range. So maybe play him in center field. But offensively, Wall has been doing much better. But Yusniel Diaz has better ratings. So, yeah, not much of a choice there. All right, so here we go. We have Sean Reed-Foley on the mound against Scott Moss. And Reed-Foley does not pick up the win, but the Jays get the win. Reed-Foley went 5 1/3, 3 innings, 3 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Curtis Taylor gets the win, Anthony Banda hold, and Ken Giles with the save. Bo Bichette with a home run, as well as Lourdes Gurriel. And a couple hits each from Jonathan Lucroy and Santiago Espinal. Kevin Biggio had a day off. Yeah, good game. 6-4 win for the Jays against Cleveland. All right, and Cleveland is... I'm just trying to find their record. We've got Mike Clevenger against Hyunjin Ryu. I don't see... Oh, it's here. Okay, 71-70. So they're definitely way better in the standings than we are. Game 2 against the Indians is a loss, 7-3. So Clevenger and Ryu were both the pitchers of record, 4 runs and 4 innings for Ryu. Eflin gave up a run, Wade Davis gave up 2, Danny Jimenez with 2 scoreless innings. Vladdy Guerrero hit his 22nd home run of the year. Bo Bichette a couple hits, Randall Grichuk a couple hits, both of those doubles. And Billy McKinney 1 for 3 with a walk. Luis Garcia drove in a run with a walk and a sac fly. Okay, and we complete the week here. We're going to go in a second week. We're just kind of playing out the string. Anthony K with potential to get his 5th win. Let's see what happens. And we sneak by. He didn't get the win because it was a 12-inning game. But it's nice to get a 12-inning win. We got a walk-off solo home run by Yusniel Diaz. He's definitely contributing since he was called back up to the majors. Still got a low batting average. Luis Garcia, a couple hits. J.D. Martinez, a couple of hits. Both of them doubles. Randall Grichuk with 1 hit, and it's a double. Billy McKinney, 3 hits. And he had a triple in that cluster of 3 hits. And on the mound, Anthony K, 7 1/3 1-run innings, 9 strikeouts. Really great game for Anthony K there. Anthony Banda gave up 3 runs. Wade Davis, Ken Giles, and Spencer Turnbull with 2 scoreless innings getting the win. So it's nice. We've got 2 wins here against Cleveland and 1 more game in this series with Matthew Boyd on the mound facing Zach Plesac. And it's a loss, a 4-0 loss, so the offense really didn't get anything going except for 3 hits from J.D. Martinez, who is trying to get his batting average up, so at least that's something. Bo Bichette with a double, and Yusniel Diaz, Luis Garcia, each with a hit and a walk. Matt Boyd, not a bad start. 6 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. And Danny Jimenez gave up another 2 runs, 2 solo home runs there. Curtis Taylor with a not a clean inning, but a scoreless inning to finish the game. Paul Campbell making his first start since coming back up, taking up Spencer Turnbull's place. Just want to check out the waiver wire a little bit. Probably not as many waiver claims or waivers going on now because of the fact that, you can bring up an extra couple guys. Joey Wendell, hitting well in the minors. He hasn't played in the majors all year. Hitting well in Durham. But I don't like the eye at 35, and there's no improvement there. And defensively, he's not great. Bobby Poyner. Not bad. Too many walks. Hector Noesi. Also not bad. It's interesting. I would like to see a little more stuff for him. Okay, and that's, looking around, 30 walks at 49 innings is not good, and he's 36 years old, so I'm not going to pick up any of these guys. All right, let's simulate this game. The Red Sox, first place in the division. They should be clinching probably sometime soon, and we take a 3-1 loss. It could have been worse. Paul Campbell with a solid start, giving up 2 home runs, but Anthony Banda finishing it off. We've got Danny Jansen with a double as our DH and a walk. Bo Bichette with a double as 2 hits. Billy McKinney, a hit. And that's about it. 4 hits for the club. Sean Reed-Foley against Nate Iavaldi. And another loss, 7-5. Reed-Foley, 4 runs in 5 innings, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not great. Curtis Taylor gets hit around a little bit with 2 home runs. Tim Meza, Wade Davis finish it off. Offensively, 12 hits at least. Kevin Biggio with 3 of them. Bo Bichette with another 3. Guerrero, 2 for 4 with a double. Danny Jansen, 2 for 4 with a double. Grichuk and McKinney with singles and RBI. Randall Grichuk's batting average is down to 204. Now a big pitching matchup here, big money pitching matchup at least. Chris Sale versus Hyunjin Ryu. And 17K game for Sale. Look at that. Sale just cut through the Blue Jays lineup with a butter knife, like warm butter knife through butter. Bichette with a couple hits. J.D. Martinez with an RBI single in the second inning. Vladdy Guerrero hitting a walk, and Gurriel with a hit. And that's it. 17 strikeouts. Bunch of guys struck out 3 times, including Biggio, Martinez, and Lucroy. Hyunjin Ryu, 5 innings, 3 1/3. So continuing the patheticity of Hyunjin Ryu. Yamaguchi, Jimenez, Turnbull finished it off. None of them were bad. Yamaguchi picked up an injury, tender shoulder. Goody, we get to face the Orioles, thankfully. We have been eliminated. I'm just looking here for the message. Oh, here we go. Blue Jays out of time, out of the playoffs. We were eliminated on the 3rd, so we've been eliminated for a week. Almost. All right, here we go. Facing the Orioles, thank the baby. You know what? It was a loss, a 1-0 loss in 10 innings. So we got a very good start from Anthony Kay, 8 1/3, 5 hits, 1 walk. But we just couldn't get any offense, and Ken Giles takes the loss, so that's disappointing. Just 4 hits from McKinney, Martinez, Garcia, and Diaz, and that's it. Just, it's like the offense goes in these spurts where we're getting just nothing some of the time. Facing J-Hap, but we do get a win, and the offense goes in spurts. We got nothing. We got 4 hits in 10 innings in the previous game, and we got 16 runs on 17 hits in this game, including home runs by McKinney, Espinal, Garcia, Martinez, and Shaw. So, huge games. McKinney 2 for 4. Espinal 3 for 5, adding a double as well. Bo Bichette with a double and 2 hits. Martinez 2 for 4. Lucroy 2 for 4. Garcia 2 for 5. Just big game here, folks. And pitching-wise, Matt Boyd, look at that. 6 2/3 innings, 1 run. He's getting his ERA down. It's almost down below 6. Almost down below 6. That's what we want to see from our starting pitchers. ERA is below 6. And here's a pitcher with an ERA below 6, Paul Campbell. He's going to get that ERA below 6. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? And it may go down. 6-1 against Baltimore. There's another win. Vladdy Guerrero, big game. 2 home runs and 2 walks. 3 RBI, 3 runs scored. Excellent game for him. JD Martinez with another home run. He is red hot. 1 for 4 for Martinez. And on the mound, Paul Campbell, 6 2/3 with 6 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 5.19 ERA. That ERA is cruising down towards 5. Another great game like that. It might get under 5. And Vladdy Jr. is the player of the game. So that's 2 weeks for our sim. The minor leagues are probably pretty much over. We're just going to go check out those minor leagues now. The Buffalo Bisons are done. They won their last game of the season. However, Simeon Woods-Richardson with a solid game, making the most out of his 14 innings in AAA at the end of the season. Offensively, Kevin Smith hit his home run, and Ryan Noda. Ryan Noda with a solid season in AAA. That's his first year at the level. We'll take a look at final thoughts on the minor league season, probably next week, next sim. But we're just going to finish off. And here the Fisher Cats finished off 57 and 83. They were 6th in the division. Pretty bad. Dunedin Blue Jays, even worse. 47 and 93, a 336 winning percentage. And yeah, they also finished off pretty badly. Lansing Lugnuts. Here they are. They've got their one more game in the season. They are below 500, 63-76. They did win their last game against Dayton. 12-inning win. 3 hits from Leonardo Jimenez, 2 hits from Miguel Geraldo. No home runs, but Nick Gonzalez hit his 34th double. And Miguel Geraldo, a couple hits. Tanner Kerber, a couple hits. Ryan Sloniger. And Adam Kloffenstein returned from the injured list. So this is great to see. He hasn't pitched in almost 2 months, so he returned from the injured list. I wouldn't put too much stock into that 6 runs, mainly because coming back off the injured list, usually guys are very rusty. Anders Tolhurst with a great outing. Sam Ryan also strong. Sam Roberts and Winder Garcia with the win. 3 scoreless innings. Juan Diaz with the save. All right, let's take a look at the Vancouver Canadians. They have finished off. They are 2 games below 500. And finishing off with Tri-Cities, getting swept by Tri-Cities. 8-10, 10-8 loss Descend Brown finishing off strong with 2 hits, including 2 doubles. Josiah Miller finished off strong with a couple of hits, including a double and a home run for Miller. And 2 hits for Tony Bullard, first-year player. On the mound, Ben Hernandez, not a bad start, striking out 9 in 6 1/3. He's been moved up to Vancouver after a solid start in Bluefield, and he put up very similar numbers in between both, Class A or low Class A rookie short season leagues. So that's really great to see. Ben Hernandez really poised to move up to a full season team next year. Would like to see that control improve. Logan Bender with 4 strikeouts in 1 2/3. Connor Santala. Max Rychich got hit a little bit, and so did Santala. All right, and we go down to the Appalachian League, 26 and 42. Our minor league teams are just bad. Final game was a 7-3 loss to Burlington. Alfredo Chacon with 2 hits, finishing his season with a .500 slugging percentage in advanced rookie ball at the age of 17. This guy has definitely been a success so far. Jag Burden with a home run, and not much else for offense. Jack Sorrell LeBron struck out 7 in 5 innings, but got hit with 2 home runs. And Kiner Alfaro, 3 runs in 2 innings. Kyle Music and Junior Hinojosa finished it off. And the GCL, they haven't played this month at all, and their final game was a win against the Gulf Coast Phillies. Trey Carter, a couple hits, including 2 home runs. Raquelvin DeCastro hit a 2nd home run of the season. So that's pretty good. And the DSL Blue Jays, again, their season ends fairly early. So that's the tour of the minor leagues, and we're going to keep today's episode a little bit shorter. We're going to finish off the season next week, and we're also going to take a look at a summary of the minor league teams and the minor league players, looking at our top prospects, looking at our new draft picks, seeing who did what. Thanks for joining us. I'm JayBlue, and you're watching on the General Manager Games Network on YouTube. So thanks for joining us at Jays From Away. You can follow me on Twitter. Have a great day, folks, and keep playing OOTP. There's a great sale on right now. Hopefully it'll still be going while when you see this, when this drops. So if you're intrigued by OOTP and managing your own leagues, by all means pick that up. I think they've got a 75% off sale going on. So check it out, and thanks for joining me.